Hello.
Hey, Olon, it's Scott.
Hey, I'm sorry. I had a little problem with my computer trying to get it to act right. So apologize. I think I'm okay now. I'm gonna share my screen.
You are cutting in and out a little bit.
Okay. Let me see if I can do something about that. Let me go to share. Let me see. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yep, I hear you fine.
Okay. Let me get to where should be sharing my screen. Let me see me. Can you see me okay?
I sure can.
All right. So what do I need to do? So you said you'll just be speaking, correct?
Correct, yep.
And
It
so,
won't allow me to show my video. Not sure why. It's not like Zoom. Um, it's not saying show video. I mean, I guess that doesn't matter, but
let me actually see. Maybe it's some setting that I have. Um, Hide video panel. Let me see. I'm still really new on this, but chat, about hide video, and I should be able to share. Okay, where my attendees are here, but I don't hear them. So wait a minute, what am I doing wrong? I have
not
some
sure.
attendees here. I can hear you, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't see my. Oh, okay. I have them muted. That's why. So let me see if I can. Maybe if I can allow them to chat.
Okay.
One of these. Yeah, they're here, but I can't. Okay, let me allow them to chat. Hear you. Okay, here. Let me do this for video for you. Let's see if I can make a video for did change role to attendee, make the host, make you a host. Okay. Scott, can you hear me?
Yeah, I sure can.
Okay. I don't know why it's not letting me do your video when I click on it.
That's okay. I mean, as long because I don't know if you got my email. I only have till about 5 o'clock sharp. So if you could bring those guys in and we could begin, Olin, we could get this thing going.
Okay, let me try to bring them in because I'm not hearing everybody. I have participants. Go one video setting. Okay, control more. Chat, invite. Host. Video, share computer sound. Man, I'm trying to bring him in. I don't know what I'm doing to bring him in. Let me see.
I've never used Ring Central before, so I couldn't help you.
Yeah, I mean, it's new to me, so
It's like I see them there too, but I don't know how to get them into the party.
right. you hear? I'm messaging one of them to see if they can.
Wait a minute here. Let me see
We
this.
can
I
hear.
see
They
something
said
here.
they can. They said they can hear you. So, because I think I made you presenter, but you can't see him. We can hear Scott. Maybe we can get the participator presentation later. No, so Scott. So Scott is doing a presentation. What Scott is.
Can you guys all hear me?
They said yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. So there, everybody's popping in now. So let me unmute Antoinette.
They make me shake.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can. Oh, I can.
Can you hear Scott also?
Hey guys.
Yes.
Okay. I just
Yeah.
wanted to
Can
make
everyone
sure
hear me?
Yeah. Can everybody hear Scott and me?
I'm not sure if they know they have to hit the unmute button or not. But
Yeah,
that might be
everybody
why you
needs to
can't.
hit the unmute button. But I wanted to make sure that everybody can hear me and Scott also. I'm sorry having a little technical difficulty, but wanted to make sure everybody can hear us. Can you see my screen? Can anybody see me at all?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. So everybody can see me and hear me, and you can also hear Scott also, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I appreciate everybody's patience and dealing with me. I know your time is precious, so we'll go ahead and get into it. And Scott, you can go ahead and just everybody have a notepad and notes, and I will answer any questions that we have at the end. And two promotions that I said that I would have for you, I'll definitely have those at the end, and we'll filter any questions that you have. So, Scott, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
All right, great guys. Well, listen, I appreciate everybody meeting with Olon and I today to learn more a little bit about how to build business credit, what Credit Suite does and Olon's company does to cut a perfect path into building the business credit out over the next 6 to 11 months. Business credit it's imperative. You must have it. Whether you're just getting started or whether you've been in business for 10 years, business credit is essentially getting any types of future loans or what's also important too is that you're not utilizing what's going on here. You're not utilizing your personal credit as a business. This 2020 with the pandemic, I can't tell you guys how many finance clients that I went through that didn't get the SBA disaster funding or didn't get the PPP loans because their utilization on their personal side was so high. You know, the SBA set these guidelines of having a 550 score and you know, a lot of people, because they were above 40% utilization on their personal side, you know, you're talking $20,000, $25,000, $50,000 businesses each month were getting turned down for loans because they had too much utilization on the personal credit side. Business credit can help float your business without impacting the personal side. And with that being said, one of the first things that we do is we go in and we make sure that your company is fully fundable. I'm not sure if you've seen any webinars out there on business credit, but business credit is a little bit different than personal credit. When you're looking at personal credit, I'm going in and looking at an individual, what that individual does for a living, how long they've been doing it for, do they rent, do they own, do they have a car payment? All these things go into the personal side, and then you kind of send out a calculation on what you're approving or if you're going to be declining that individual. On the business side, they're looking for your company to be a fundable company. There are tens of thousands of fraudulent applications on the business side daily. The first things that they're going for is they're making sure that, hey, you're not trying to commit some sort of fraud and opening up business accounts with not having a business in place. So fundabilities are crucial to get you started with in building out the business credit. These are things like, do you have a business email address? Do you, and when I mean by a business email address, I don't mean your company name and at Gmail or Yahoo. I mean the company name.com. That's considered a business email address. Having a business phone number, you can use Ring Central like we are now. You can use Google. These are important. These are all things that business underwriters will do a reverse search on to make sure that your company is set up that way. One of the most important things about being set up with business credit, and this may sound crazy to you guys, is they go in and check and see if your company is linked in or registered to the 411 directory. Very first thing that vendors look at, they'll dial in and see, hey, is this company listed? They will actually decline you for not being linked into the 411 directory. So that's very important. When you're onboarding with Olon, there's going to be an advising team that is going to walk you through every single one of these crucial steps. Fundabilities, there's about 125 of them. We're going to go, or Olon's team's going to go over the top 10 to 12 most important ones that could be considered declines or approvals, because the objective is once you guys build it so that your company is fundable, you're going to get approved for any business credit before you even apply for it. I hope that makes sense to everyone. So that's the beginning. And that doesn't matter if you're $1 million company or you just started yesterday. You need to make sure that your company is a fundable company and it's structured out correctly. From that point on, what you're doing is we're going to jump in and start building the business credit with vendor relationships. These are 30 and 45-day net accounts. Business credit, again, different from personal credit, because on the business side, only 7% of the banks, lenders, and vendors report back to business credit. 7%. That's probably the most important thing I can tell you today, because a lot of the guys that you might go out there and apply for, and you say, oh my God, Best Buy has a business credit card. Well, Best Buy doesn't report back to anybody unless you screw up and you forget to make a payment. Then you're going to hurt your business credit. And once you hurt your business credit, you can't go back from that. But in any case, again, 7% only report 7% only report back. But here's where it gets complicated, guys. It gets complicated because out of that 7%, only a handful report to all 3 reporting agencies. I can't tell you how many calls I get from companies that say, why do I only have 5 or 6 reportings on Paydex or Dun & Bradstreet, but I don't have anything on Equifax? Well, that's because a lot of these companies just are only going to report to Paydex. They may only report to Experian. They may only report to Equifax. So what we've done over a 10-year span is we put an order together of the assembly of business credit by showing you who to apply to, when to apply to them, and more importantly, who that reports back to. Those are the very, very important things as you're building out business credit. That and creating a solid foundation of business credit. It's not like individual credit. A lot of a lender's decision-making process is built off how you perform with your history with the business credit. And this is scheduled out in different tiers that you're going to apply for things. So the first couple of months while you're on the program, you're going to be building out with vendor accounts. It may be an electronics card. It may be a fuel card. It may be an office supply card. You're going to apply. You're going to get approved, and then you're going to make a small purchase with that company. Typically, the minimum is about $50, but every application gives you all the information you need, how much you need to spend, who the cards are reporting back to, how long you've been in business for. Those critical portions are available to you. So it's giving you a path to grow the business credit out the correct way. that's going to start with the vendor accounts. Completely transparent with you guys, the vendor accounts do take the longest. You're going to, like, if you started today and you got the vendor accounts and you made your purchase tomorrow and you paid them back the following week, we still have to wait for them to report it back to the business credit reporting agencies. And then we can dive in if you have NAV, which is the business credit reporting on the business side. We can take a look at the business NAV reports and make sure everything's reporting properly. From that standpoint, once we understand that everything is reporting correctly, we're then going to jump into more complicated credit. Okay, by this time, your business should be up and running fluidly. If you don't have a business bank account today, you have to have a business bank account in order to obtain business credit. Okay, if you don't have an LLC, S Corp, or corporation, you need to get one, because you're not going to get any business credit if you're just a sole proprietor. It just doesn't work that way. They're going to ask for some sort of personal guarantee. What Olin and I are doing is we're building business credit strictly off the EIN so that nothing touches the personal guarantee side. Does that make sense to everyone? Just raise your hand if I can't see anybody anyway.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Any questions so far? I know I fed you guys a lot of information. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going then, guys. So the following step, the next step, what we're going to start taking a look at is we're going to take a look at more complicated credit. As I said, it's going to come in the form of national retail chains. This is going to look like your Amazon card, your Home Depot, your Staples card. All of these companies offer lots and lots of business credit. Your business credit should always be 2, 3, 4, 5 times higher than what it is on the personal side. Once you're applying for this cards, it's going to work, or lines of credit, it's going to work in the same facet as it does with the vendor credit. Some of them, like a Home Depot, I don't believe you have to make a purchase from, but Home Depot gives an extensive amount of business credit. From that standpoint, we're going back in, we're looking at the business credit reports, making sure the accounts that you chose to do business with are reporting. And then from there, you're guided into the revolving credit. And that is what every business is looking for, because that works in the same facet as personal credit. Okay, it's a revolving credit card. Your companies like your Apples and your Dells and your Sam's Club, Walmart offer revolving credit. Even there are certain cases, and this is on an individual basis, that you could take cash out on these cards. Okay, so that's another thing. So the program is assembled so we take you through all the way through to vehicle financing. If you want to finance a vehicle through Ford, Toyota, Alley Car, you'll have the ability to do so without any personal guarantee. Now, with that being said, don't go up to Toyota dealership and try to buy a Toyota 4Runner for $55,000 if your revenue is only $500 a month. It's probably not going to fly, guys. They're going to want to see your revenue, what the company's bringing in as a business. This is all about your business, nothing about you as on an individual basis. I don't care what your personal credit looks like for now. Because again, everything's done off your EIN. So we take you through all the way to vehicle financing. If you need assistance with the SBA 7A loan, that we can assist you with. So all in all, it's based really upon the business and what the revenue model looks like from the business. You're pretty much guaranteed $50,000 in business credit starting out. But as you start momentum, and you may have been in business for a while, if you're making $5,000, $10,000 a month in revenue, you could easily surpass $100,000 to $150,000 in business credit your first 6 to 11 months. The other thing that I will tell you guys, if you ever decided to go out on doing this on your own, or you decided to participate and on board in this program, follow the steps. There's a reason those steps are there. It's tiered out for a specific purpose. I brought a gentleman on board about 3 to 4 months ago. He owned his own business. I think he was in construction, and he was making about $30,000 a month, and he was getting through the program just fine.
$30,000 a month.
$30,000 a month. He was a general contractor. So he went in, and he got himself a couple of vendor accounts. Him and his wife did. It was a mom and pop type of shop that they were running, and they both wanted the Sam's Club card because they shopped at Sam's Club every week. They went out and he called me and said, "Hey, Scott, I got approved." And man, he's all happy. And well, what did you get approved for? I got approved for $2,000. Now, this is a guy that made $30,000 a month. That's why I tell you guys there's an order to assembly, because he should have been approved for 25, 30, 35,000 in business credit with Sam's Club. Now he has to go back from the beginning, build the business credit up more, and ask them for a credit line increase, which becomes complicated. And it's not a good look on your credit report either, because listen, I'm not saying that him and his wife are going to drive up to Sam's Club tomorrow and spend $30,000. That's probably not going to happen. But what it is going to do is when the lenders go in and look at his business credit report, they're going to say, great, this business, Walmart has given this company a $30,000 business line. They've handled it perfectly. They haven't been late. That in the business world is worth its weight in gold. So if you see something out there that entices you and that you like, you know, contact the advisors, contact Olon, make sure that it's the right move for you. It's just like the Best Buy card. A lot of people want to try to get into that card, even though it doesn't report back to anyone. But you do have to have an extensive history, business credit history, before you can get into a card like that. Hopefully I've given you guys enough ammunition, a little bit of an education on how business credit works. And certainly if you have any questions, I only have about 5 minutes, but I'll be happy to field those for you, or Owen and I can assist.
Are there any questions? Anyone have any questions?
Okay, my question is,
Yes, who's speaking?
Tia.
Hi, Thea, how are you?
Hi. I was just trying to make sure that I understood when he talked about the difference in personal and business, when he said that was it correct? He said only 7% of the like department stores and stuff show up on your credit. Did I get that part right?
Right, only 7% report back to the business credit reporting agencies. It's not like when you go out, if you went out tomorrow and you applied for a Bank of America card and you got approved, that's going to show up on your TransUnion, your Equifax, your Experian. It doesn't work the same way on the business side. You could go out tomorrow and apply for a business credit card, but that may only report to one of the trade lines. That may only report to Paydex. Some of them, like I was telling you about Best Buy, that may not report at all. To echo off of the question that you just asked, when you start looking at national companies, when you start looking at like a Capital One as a perfect example, they have the Capital One Spark Rewards card. I don't knock it. It's a great card. It's got awesome rewards. I worked in the command center for a short stint at Capital One, great company. But a company like that, it's going to report to your business and your personal credit. So when that happens is if your business goes, you know, belly up or something happens, God forbid, they're going to make you personally liable. So you understand. So if you went out a different direction and you're trying to apply for one of these national companies like an American Express or somebody like that, you want to ask them, you want to say, hey, are you pulling my personal credit to make your decision, to approve me, or are you pulling my personal credit to report it back to them, or to make me financially responsible? That's a very key question when you're trying to get a loan, a business loan, or a credit card with a national based company.
Okay, one more question. When you mentioned in the beginning about having the business website and then also the number, I heard you say Google. Are you meaning like just like get a Google phone number connected to your already cell phone, or
you can do that? You can do that. And yeah, I mean, typically they want to see an 800 number, but as long as you have a separate dedicated line that rings back to your cell phone, that would work.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question. Are there any other questions?
Just a quick question what you had said to her. This is Les.
All right, Les, how you doing? Go ahead, Les.
I'm doing good. I was trying to take it down, and I'm driving and working right now, but I wanted to put it down. You said, what was that question that you needed to ask? If you're using my personal
Right.
Or
Yeah, I mean, if you're going for one of those types of loans, you want to ask them, hey, are you pulling my personal credit to approve me, or are you pulling my personal credit because I'm going to be personally liable for this loan or this credit card, whatever you may be taking out?
okay, all right, got it.
Because
I
there's
just
a
want to
big
make sure I
difference. I mean, you're probably looking at 100 guys when you take out cash from any bank in the United States, unless you're making about $3 million a month, they're probably always going to take a look at your personal credit. I know I mentioned to you before, I don't care what your personal credit looks like right now, because building business credit, we don't go onto the personal side whatsoever at all. But when you start talking about loans and lines of credit and working with the national banks, they probably are going to look at your personal credit. Now, whether they make you personally financially liable for that, that's a different story, okay?
Okay, all right, thank you.
And the industry standard, you guys as individuals and lending officers, we all need to be at about a 680 and up.
Okay, got that 680 in there.
Yes, sir.
Thank
But
you.
working the business credit with Olon, I don't care if your score is a 400, we can still build the business credit out. As a matter of fact, 90% of the clients, not 90, but I'd say about 75% of the clients I build out, their personal credit's struggling because they use so much capital from their personal credit to get their business going. It's lowered their score, and that's okay. And one of the things that you can do is you build your business credit out, make your business that solid credit as you're working on increasing your personal credit along the way.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Oh, okay. All right. Scott, if you can go ahead and go into the general cost, and then I will go ahead and go into two exclusive bonuses I have for everybody, just
Okay.
so they know.
Sure. Olin, this is your company, so I don't know what the bonuses you have, but as
Yeah.
far as credit suite is structured out, our business credit builder is $29.97. That's $2,997. You can do a payment plan on there. You can structure out a payment plan. I don't know. I'm not sure how Olin has it worked out on his side as far as a payment plan, but that is an option as well. But if you do a payment plan, you're always going to pay a little bit more. And to give you an example of that, with Credit Suite, if you did $597 for 7 months, it's going to total out to be about $4,200. So anytime you do a single payment, you're going to save yourself a little bit of money. But as far as legacy minded leaders, Olin's businesses, they may have a different payment structure, and he may be doing a promotion today where you guys can save a lot more money.
Okay. So I want to make, does anyone have any more questions? And I'll go ahead and give you the two special bonuses that I have. I do appreciate everybody's time today. I know it's valuable. I do apologize for the technical difficulties at first, but we did get on. So are there any other questions that we have before I go into the two bonuses?
If there's no other questions, guys, I'm going to check out now. I have another meeting I have to run to, but it was great meeting everyone. And if anyone has any other questions that I can field, just let Olin know, and I'll be happy to help you guys out.
I appreciate you, Scott. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Scott.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
All right. The two bonuses that I have, as Scott mentioned, the credit suite is usually about $3,000. But for those that take action today, I'm having a promotional discount for it being $2,500 for those that take action today. And also, a second bonus I have is that if you have a Master or a Visa card, we can split that payment into 4 payments. You'll be able to pay that over 4 months. So I think that equates to $625 a month over the next 4 months. And definitely within that time, my company can help you build business credit. Probably when you can pay that back and be able to have a whole lot more And definitely, like I said, the system we have, as I mentioned before, it's not cookie cutter. It's tailored to your specific business and your needs. Whether you're well established, you're growing, or just starting out, we can definitely help. But what can expedite it is, like I said, if you have the 3 C's, if you have cash flow, if you have good credit, or you have collateral, those 3 things can expedite it. But no matter if you're just starting out, we definitely can help. And this is separate from your personal social security number. This is all built on your EIN side business. And like I said, you can, once you build up your EIN side, your business side, you can actually go back and help establish your personal credit if that is an issue. So I like to have initial consultations. So to book a consultation, the first consultation is free. So anyone that is interested and finds this information useful, you can go to my website, www.legacy-minded-leaders.com, book an appointment. We'll talk and just say, hey, I attended the webinar. I want the special promotion, the special financing, and we can move forward from there, so that we have time to look at your business and see how legacy-minded leaders can be a fit for you. Does anyone have any questions or any concerns that I'm able to answer for you?
Not at this time, but I was a friend tagged me in your post, and this is my
Okay.
first time. But would you be having any more webinars, or just and I don't know how often you have them, or if this is the first one that you put together here. But would you be having any more webinars?
This is the first one I put together. I'm looking probably maybe to have them maybe monthly, and they may emphasize different things because my business does several things. We do affiliate marketing, we do personal credit development, investment strategies. So there may be different topics that are coming up, but one of the main things that we do is the business funding and business credit, which everybody is needing in this particular time. So probably I may do another one within a month or so.
Okay, definitely. I appreciate it. And I'll check out the website too, and I'll keep an eye just to see if you got any more coming up there. I know she will. So.
All right. So yeah, any questions? Just reach to me out on my social media. I'm all over social media. Business, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. My email address is info@legacy-minded-leaders.com. You can hit me there. You can go to my website, like I said, and book a consultation. The first one's free. You can kind of evaluate where you're at. Just let me know how you heard about me, and then we can move forward from there. For anybody that's interested in moving. Are there
Okay, that sounds good.
Thank you. Are there any other questions or? All right. I definitely want to again thank everybody for their time. I know time is the greatest commodity that we have. Hopefully, I can hear from you and anyone that's looking forward to move forward in their business. Legacy-minded leaders is here to help you to fulfill your entrepreneur dreams. So I believe my purpose, as I mentioned, is to help and develop as many savvy and intelligent entrepreneurs as I can. And I thank everybody for your time, and I hope you all have a good evening.
Yep, good